Shiva will destroy all religions in 2023. 3D will be destroyed. You will know the truth. Namah Shivaya. Hi, this is Mahadev the Thunder Wizard, and I want to talk to you today about the essence of your spiritual path, the essence of religion. What religion is supposed to drive you to? What is the end point of all religions? Every single religion in the universe is built upon the bones of the religion that came before it and that it destroyed. Every single religion is built upon the bones of the religion that it destroyed. Should I say it a third time? The point of all religion, true religion, is to bring you not connected to God. You're only halfway there. If your religion brings you into communion with God, you're only halfway there. True religion is designed to bring you in contact with your true self. And when that happens, all religion within you will be destroyed. The word religion means to rebind you. Religion means to not just bind you, but to rebind you, to bind you up again. You bind something together once and then you rebind it. You make it so bound up, there's no way out. Religion is bondage. Now, the point of following religious teachings, religious commandments, all those things are designed to prevent you from being distracted from the end point. You know, if a bone is broken, you bind it up and you keep it bound. You know, you walk around with a cast or whatever it is until the bone fuses. And then you're free to move on. But when religion becomes something that binds you and you can't escape, it stops working. I made a video a couple of days ago about the scandal having to do with the Dalai Lama. And the truth is, you know, I don't have any issues with the Dalai Lama personally. I don't have any issues with him. I think he made a stupid mistake, and I don't think that he was paying attention. He should have known better. But other than that, I don't think he really caused any real damage, but I think he damaged his reputation, etc., etc. But what ended up happening in that video that I made is that it pushed a lot of people's religious buttons. I got responses from people, first kindly trying to explain to me, they didn't even watch the video. The title of it was so upsetting to them that they very sort of kindly and codependently tried to explain why, it's sort of defending the Dalai Lama, and they hadn't even watched the video yet. One person, clearly a Buddhist, got so upset, started saying, what will happen if we don't have the Dalai Lama? What will happen to the teachings? And my thought was, who cares? I mean, if you like the teachings so much, you practice them. But what I've come to understand, and this is having spent years chasing after a very specific tradition that you had to get from somebody who was higher up than you in the lineage, etc., etc. And once I got to a certain level, I realized, I thought once I achieved this, then I would be at some other, and when I achieved that, I was like, oh, I'm still human. It's just a set of techniques to get you to a specific end. And those techniques might save your life and help you to become a better person. But ultimately, when you reach the ultimate experience of union with the divine, which, by the way, is you, once you get to that state of complete unification with the divine, do you think there's going to be any more teachings? Do you think there's going to be a religion that needs to be followed? Do you think there's going to be a teacher? No. So we are shifting. Starting in December 2nd of 2022, the shift officially began. The shift to what people are calling 5D. This is what has been prophesied about for thousands of years. The Native Americans talk about it, the Hopis talk about we'll go from the age of the animal to the age of the human being. The whole myth about Ragnarok and the end of the gods. I mean, if you know the Norse mythology, at the end of the age, there's this fight between the forces of chaos and the deities, the forces of order, and they annihilate each other. And then there's this new world that emerges from that, and new gods that emerge from the old ones. So the destruction of the old has to come if we're going to move on. And I'm here to tell you from personal experience, because that's really the only thing that has any value, is to share from personal experience. My personal experience, having begun this shift, is that everything that you hold on to in the third dimension, the limited things, will be destroyed. They are being destroyed. They will be destroyed within you. The things that you hold on to, the ideas that you have, your identity, all of your attachments to the things that aren't in higher dimensions will be destroyed. And that includes religion. That's why the Norse mythology talks about the destruction of the gods. Buddhism, for example, I made a video about the Dalai Lama, and what I found ironic is somebody got so bent out of shape, didn't even watch all the videos, got so bent out of shape about the idea of getting rid of, gurus and godmen. The idea, I didn't say anything about, well, I think I said something about he should just retire and be a person or something, but I didn't mean that Buddhism should go away or that the teaching should go away. I meant the office of being the supreme. I think that should go away. You want to be the pinnacle teacher who holds the teachings? Great. That doesn't make you any different from anybody else. You just happen to be somebody who holds on to some teachings. And you should teach them to people. That's the whole point of teachings, is to teach them to people. I no longer buy into any teaching that says, only the pure can have this teaching. I don't buy into any of that anymore. I think everybody should have access to it. And because, the truth is that, very high vibrational teachings can be very intense. But the only thing that you will suffer from is the death of your limited false self. And that could be very traumatic. But so what? People would say things, you have to be careful of Kundalini yoga because if you let go of too much Kundalini, it could be very damaging. There's a big teacher that does that on YouTube, very famous. If I were to say his name, you would know who I was talking about, but I'm not going to say anybody. And it's total nonsense. It's total crap. Everything is now being made available to everybody. These guys are making everything available to you to the extent that you want it. I don't know what your karma is, what your dharma is. I don't know what contract your soul created with 3 dimensions and higher dimensional. I don't know about any of I just know that for me, when I reached out and I did CE5 and I did interdimensional meditation and I reached out to these beings, they came and destroyed my reality. They're still doing it. And it was one of the most, if not the most traumatic experience of my life. And I am so grateful that it happened, because I now have a direct connection to higher dimensional energy that no earthly religion, no earthly practice could have given me alone. It is true that the things that I teach in the Warrior 90-Day Challenge, those practices opened up my meridians and my energy and my awareness so that I could better handle higher dimensional energies. That's true. But that's all they are. They are getting you ready for something beyond what you can even begin to imagine. So I encourage you to just meditate on the idea of the end of religion. That doesn't mean the end of discipline. Some of you understandably conflate the two. You think the end of religion means, oh man, yeah, let's just shoot up and, whatever. Destroy ourselves. Oh, I'm not into that religion thing. Yeah, I know, I drink, I smoke. No, I'm not saying the end of discipline. In fact, the whole point of religion is really an excuse to discipline your mind and your spirit so that you can purify yourself towards the infinite, the divine. That is the point of it. So discipline is there, but you have to discipline yourself. You have to grow up. And that's what going from 3D to 5D is. It's growing up. Becoming fully responsible for yourself. Seeing the gods as your equals. That sounds really good when I say that and I hear it. I think, yeah. But the truth is, when you're really confronted with that, when you are really confronted with the reality that you are a deity, that will be very challenging. Your false humility will be destroyed. You don't realize that your self-destructiveness, your shame, your devaluation is a protection mechanism that keeps you in 3D so that you feel accepted and loved. But when you are forced to face your true self and accept your true self, you will be all alone in the 3D. You'll be all alone. There won't be anybody in 3D to help you. You'll have to learn to accept to be an outsider, to be different. But if 3D goes away and all the things associated with the backwards three-dimensional reality, then all of the religion, we've got to let go of all the religions as well. Or really use them. I was a born-again Christian for many years and I was very devout. In fact, my absolute commitment to devout born-again Christianity is what made me walk away from it. Because most Christians just believe what they're told. And they don't even know why they believe it. They don't even know why they do what they do most of the time. And I'm not that kind of a person. I believed in Jesus. I believed in that religion. I truly believed that it was the path to salvation. And as a result, I committed myself to it so much that I was going to understand it and learn it at the deepest level. And the deeper I dug, the more it stopped making sense. And I had to be completely honest. And I didn't stop believing in Jesus. I didn't stop believing in Jehovah. But I realized that the religion itself was destructive. And I could no longer worship that deity anymore. And I could no longer accept the idea that anybody was going to be thrown in hell simply for being mistaken about God's identity. Because that's what it comes down to. You believe in Jesus and you're saved. You don't believe in Jesus, you go to hell. That's what it boils down to. And I couldn't tolerate that. So I'm here to tell you that whether or not it's going to happen in 2023, whether it's going to happen in the next 5, 10 years, or 100 years, I'm not here to prophesy anything. But Shiva is definitely going to destroy all religions eventually. They will all be destroyed. And what will destroy them is the truth. When you become aware of the truth, the things that bind you, falsely bind you to the discipline that keeps you from getting distracted in your own self-devaluation. Once you see the truth, those bonds will break. And you will move beyond that. Maybe we'll create new religions for the 5D, but those new religions will be built on the bones of the religions that came before it. And if that's the case, that we create religions in 5D, then when we get to the 6th dimension, we will have to destroy those religions and build a new understanding on top of the bones of the old ones. That's how I want you to look at it. When you are filled with the power of spirit, the true knowledge of yourself, the knowledge of your true, authentic, divine, infinite self, there is no belief, there is no practice that will keep you bound. You know, people come to me, they do and I recommend you all do it. Go to thunderwizard.com, subscribe to the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong, and follow the directions. But people come to me and they say, I'm doing, this part of, phase 1, but I do it a little bit differently. And is that okay? Like I'm some kind of pope and it's a religion. I always come back and I say the same thing. And I say, it's always best to follow directions because, I am sharing with you what I did. Once you've mastered the directions that I've given you, you can do whatever the hell you want. Who cares? That's what I've done, with the teachers that taught me. I mastered what they gave me, and then I decided to go further and see what worked better for me. So you do the same. I share everything on this channel, the YouTube channel and this channel. I share everything on this channel so that you will master what is given. You will find your true self, and then you'll create your own path. The celestial Qigong, the lightning Qigong. You follow my directions, but when you get to a certain point and people say, I really like this practice and I really like this practice, can I merge those or do this? And I say, you know what, I've created it so that you can fix it and do it in whatever way you want. Because I know that that's what's going to work. What works for you. Okay, so Shiva is going to destroy all religions in 2023. You will know the truth. This is why tantric Shaivites break the rules. They do all the things that the Vishnu worshippers, tell you can never do. Don't go outside during an eclipse, etc., etc. And they break all the rules. They break all the rules because the worship of Shiva is knowing that consciousness, awareness, is not bound by anything, is infinite. So follow the rules, master them, and then decide to break them if you dare. Find out what will happen. But once you're in contact with your true self, you will no longer need religion. You will no longer need to worship anything. Because ultimately, when you worship anything, when you get to the end of that worship, you will find yourself. You are the goal. You are God. You are everything. That's it for me now. Remember, guys, Thunder Wizard has moved to Rumble because I can't tolerate being continually being you know, kicked off my own channel and being censored. So go to Rumble, Thunder Wizard DOTCOM, and subscribe there. All of my YouTube videos are coming over there anyway. Go subscribe on Rumble. Do yourself a favor. This shift is coming. We're in kind of a, right now as I make this video, we're in kind of a down mode, but there's more energy coming. It's going to get more intense. It's not going to slow down. It's going to speed up. It's not going to calm down. It's going to get more intense. You're going to need to be able to handle the energies. That's what the Warrior 90-Day Lightning Qigong is for. Go practice that on a daily basis. I guarantee you, whatever your experience is, you will be energetically more prepared for the 5D shift that is coming. We're already in it. We're already in it. Get my book, Interdimensional Revolution. I'm amazed at how few of those books are getting bought. I know a lot of, if I see 50 or 100 views and only 1 or 2 books are getting sold, why aren't you guys buying the book? I've got information in here you need to know. Extraterrestrials are coming to Earth. You need to know what's in that book. Go to Amazon, Kindle, Audible, or go to audiobooks.thunderwizard.com. If you're outside of the US, click the US link so you can see all of my books there. Learn the interdimensional meditation. I've got free interdimensional meditations on the YouTube channel, and I also have guided interdimensional meditations at thethunderwizard.com. When you subscribe to Warrior 90 Day, you'll get access to interdimensional meditation. So that's it. That's all I can think of. I wish you all the best. Om Namah Shivaya. May that which binds you be destroyed. May you fuse yourself with the infinite, unbounded consciousness, which is you. That's it. See you next time.